We've added and removed pics from an individual's list of their own pics, but as the old saying goes, if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, does it make a sound? Well, if you add or remove items from your pic list or do anything with a Facebook app and don't put it into the news feed, does it happen for your friends? No, your friends only know if it's in the news feed. So let's take a look at what we will put into the news feed when we add a pic to our list of pics. And in order to do this properly, you've seen how we've added a template before, but now we need another template for adding a pic. And I'm going to use this Radical tool, which is a plain old text processing application to design the news feed. And I'm going to step through the logic that most people use as they are designing newsfeed templates, because it's easier to look at them here. So the first one is the one-line story, and that's going to have to start with the actor template. Actor does something. Now this is the most generic. Actor selected a pic. And we're using that terminology to say that it was selected for that list of pics. Okay, that's a good start. And we can say how it was done on Main Street Pics. And I can add to this story another interesting feature. Remember, what we're talking about is interactivity and letting friends know what's happening and letting friends be able easily to participate. I can turn this into a link. So now I've got a link, and it says so-and-so added a pic on Main Street Pics, and you can click there to go to the app. That's nice. Well, what can we do further here? What I'm interested in doing here is I can replace this with one of my own tokens. So I'm going to put a token in with the name of the pic. This is now a more complex story. It's still just a one-line story, but it's a little more complex and it provides a little more interaction because I can go back to the app if I'm reading the story. Okay, now let's look for the short story. And I'm going to use the same headline. In fact, I'm going to use the magic of copying and pasting. And that's the title, which remember is optional for the short story. And what else can I say about this that would be interesting and useful to the user? And what I'm going to do is say I'm creating my own token. In fact, I'm reusing one that I've used before. Pic is located at, and I'm going to create another token, which is the address. And what I can do here also, because I've got the name of the pic down here, why don't I come up here and just say this is added a pic on Main Street Pics, and this makes this title becomes more easily aggregated because it will match others that are identical. So I could do that up here. It's a trade-off between aggregating and moving yourself up a little bit in the hierarchy of news feeds. So now I've got the one line and the short story. And finally, what I can say is, do I want an action link? And yes, I do. And the text is going to be find out more. And the URL is going to be the URL to the pick itself. And I'll show you how to code that. This is the strategy that I'm going to use. And I'm going to type in this code as I build the template. And I'll give you a hint. What it's going to be is the URL it's here, and then I can add a query string pick ID equals and then the number of a pick. And I will have to write the code so that if I come into the main page of the Facebook app and I've got a query string pick ID that is set to something, then I will actually display that pick. That'll be some new code to write, and we'll do it shortly. But I'm going to need another token here. And that's how it's evolved. So you can see this is the way in which you generally build a template. Piece by piece, how can I make it more interactive, more informative, and more useful? So this is going to be my template strategy. And now it's a matter of implementing it.